Hey, it's Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. In this video, I'll be doing a full review of the IBIS Styles Hotel at Melbourne Airport. We stayed here for one night so we could catch an early morning flight to Japan the next day. I'll be exploring all the hotel's common areas, including its bars, its restaurants, its 25-metre indoor swimming pool, as well as expansive and modern gym and spa area. We'll enjoy a couple of complimentary drinks at the bar and have a lovely dinner at its Italian restaurant. I'll provide you with a comprehensive room tour and let you know how noisy the room is given its proximity to the main runway at Melbourne Airport. Join me on this detailed and informative hotel review. We were booked on a very early morning flight to Japan and decided to start our holiday one day early by booking a night at the IBIS Styles Hotel at Melbourne Airport. This meant we could have an extra 3 hours sleep. Instead of getting up at 1 a.m, we could get up at 4 a.m. And I think 3 hours extra sleep at that time in the morning was worth the one night's accommodation. There are a number of hotels that are close to the Melbourne Airport terminal, but this hotel, the IBIS, together with the Novotel right next door to it, are perhaps the closest to the terminal. The hotel is only located about 800 metres from Terminal 2, the international terminal. That's about half a mile. There are basically two hotels in this complex. The Novotel, which is more expensive, and the IBIS Styles. Both hotels share the same facilities, including swimming pools, gym, and restaurants and cafes. And the main difference is the IBIS style check-in is electronic as opposed to in-person at the Novotel. The rooms at the IBIS were pretty good, and I'm not sure that the Novotel warrants a price premium over the IBIS. We've just checked into the IBIS Styles Melbourne Airport. I'm doing a hotel review, and it's very unusual because we haven't actually left Australia. The reason that we're at Melbourne Airport is we have a very, very early flight tomorrow morning, and we wouldn't have had to have got up at like 1:30 or 2 a.m. in the morning to make the flight. So we're staying here for one night in preparation for our early morning flight tomorrow morning. I'll do a bit of a tour of the hotel and let you have a peek of what it's like to stay here. Our room booking didn't include breakfast, and if you wanted breakfast, you could have it here at Small Holdings. It's open from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. We didn't get to experience breakfast here because we left the hotel the next morning at around about 5 a.m. before Small Holdings was open. And have a look at that. It's a little indoor garden section, growing different herbs for use in the kitchen. On the other side of the hotel was a huge bar complex where you could get drinks as well as hot tea and coffees. As the other cafe had closed, there were quite a few people in here either having drinks or having a coffee. The bar area was quite inviting, light-filled, and it had a good vibe about it. Just beyond the bar was the main restaurant, Borgata. We booked a table for dinner at the bar, which is advisable because this restaurant does fill up. And the nearest restaurant to here would be the airport terminal building, at least 600 to 800 metres walk away. One night's accommodation cost us around 158 Australian dollars, or about 102 US dollars. That was for a superior room with a queen bed. We each had a coffee at the bar. I ordered a latte and Joe had a cappuccino, and as you'd expect with any coffee in Melbourne, they were great. After my coffee, I explored the rest of the hotel's facilities. The Amber State tap house and kitchen was closed, so I can't tell you what that was like. The ground floor contained a 25-metre indoor pool. It was quite well frequented by people exercising and a number of kids in there as well. And given that it was a 35-degree Melbourne day outside, it was quite cool and refreshing in here. Next door to the pool was quite a very nice looking, luxurious and large spa area. You could book in to have a massage or a facial or even get a pedicure or a hairdresser's appointment if you wished. Up a flight of stairs was one of the largest, most well-equipped and nicest gyms I've ever seen in a hotel. The gym was split up into a number of different areas or rooms, including a room for free weights, a relaxation area, a room that had heaps of hydraulic machines, a huge cardio room, a free weights room that was probably the nicest and tidiest I've ever seen, and another room that looked like it was used to have weight classes. It's really impressive. I mean, most hotel gyms aren't this big, and this is just one room. And for the size of this gym, I was the only person in it. The area was so huge and inviting. I was really surprised. Between the front entrance of the hotel and the check-in desks was a huge outdoor garden surrounded by equally large windows. The garden provided fantastic filtered light, and it made the whole area so huge, light-filled and luxurious. Just the whole ground floor common area was just a nice place to be. Cheers. Around about 6 p.m. we came back to the bar and had a couple of complimentary drinks, courtesy of my Accor Plus membership. The complimentary drink selection was limited. I had a beer and Joe had an Aperol Spritz. After our drinks, we left the bar and went to Bacata, an Italian restaurant. Prices were on the expensive side. The menu was relatively simple. I had a risotto and Joe had a vegetarian pizza. Deep fried lasagna?
That is on the list.
You gonna try that?
No.
My risotto has arrived. And what have you got there, Joe?
I've got a quattro formaggi pizza.
Has it got honey on it?
Yes, I have just honey.
Interesting. Well, enjoy. I've also got a nice glass of Chianti. How was it, Joe? Huh? Excellent. It's all quite light.
This one was a message contained about how it looks as though it's all just mind thoughts.
Quite a jolly good flavour. Nice. Quite creamy. Honey cheese.
But it's also like...
The food was pretty good. They catered for gluten-free and vegetarians quite well, but it was expensive. Over $100 for 2 main meals and 1 glass of wine. We finished our meals and headed upstairs in one of the biggest hotel elevators I've ever seen. The hotel is quite new, having opened in mid-2024. We were staying on the top floor in room 858. As an Accor Plus Platinum member, we were upgraded to a deluxe room with a king bed with an airport view. It was a reasonably spacious room with a nice comfortable bed and pillows, a fair bit of room on either side of the bed, a large floor-to-ceiling window letting in plenty of natural light. It had a pretty good view of the Melbourne Airport tarmac, part of the runway, the next door Novotel Hotel, and the multi-storey car parks. Even though we were right close to Melbourne Airport's runway, the windows were double glazed and we didn't really hear much in the way of planes taking off. There was plenty of room for suitcases. There was a large widescreen TV on the wall. It had a small desk and plenty of room for suitcases. Everything looked modern, fresh, clean and bright. Exactly what you'd expect from a hotel that had opened less than 12 months ago. The room was quite funky with different photos taken from Melbourne over the years. It had an adequate number of power points, USB-A charging points, good lighting control for the room, but there were no menus for in-room dining. Instead, you'd have to scan a QR code to bring up an in-room dining menu. There was a small but functional desk and chair, tea and coffee making facilities, including a kettle, and a small bar fridge down below. And a really nice touch was that there was milk included in the bar fridge. There was a good spot to put your suitcase, as well as a quite large hotel safe. There was even an iron and ironing board and a small space at the end that was used for who knows what, surfboards maybe. The bathroom was just about the right size, very modern, clean and functional. There was an adequate amount of light in here and just enough bench space to store all your personal items. The shower was quite large. It had excellent water pressure, but water did escape from underneath the shower door and tended to get the whole bathroom quite wet. Complimentary body wash and shampoo was provided as well. Yeah, we've got YouTube. Yay! And Netflix. Pretty good. So we just went for a coffee. We've come back and there's this really nice dessert here with a bottle of water. It's probably not gluten-free, but anyway, I think Joe will enjoy that, won't you, Joe?
I'm sure you might have a wing.
A wing? Oh, it's a plane.
Oh my God.
I never know, it's a plane. It looks really nice. Excellent double glazing here. You can't really hear anything, planes taking off or landing. It's quite quiet. So we've got a corner room, and that is the rest of the airport. And there we are, around 858. Orange corridor. Interesting.
Early the next morning.
Right, this hotel room was interesting. I didn't get that much sleep. The fan for the air conditioner, when it's on, it's reasonably noisy. And whilst the planes don't wake you up, if you're awake, they don't keep you up. And the bed felt like a trampoline. Really did. Also very high pillow, and I'm not used to it. It's a little bit ironic that I got less sleep than I would have in my own bed. The hotel provides for a complimentary minibus service to each of the terminals at Melbourne Airport. You just need to book the night before. Our pickup was scheduled for 4:45 a.m. It only took a couple of minutes to drive to the international terminal, Terminal 2 at Melbourne Airport. And we checked into our Japanese Airlines flight with a minimum of fuss. And this totally eliminated the usual stress that we have of being able to get to the airport on time, especially for early morning flights. And I think overall it was well worth staying here the night before. Overall, we had a pretty good stay at the IBIS Styles, a very comfortable hotel. Hotel room was great. The facilities and food were pretty good. And I'd give this hotel a Maximo rating of 4.5 out of 5. I do hope you've liked this video. If so, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Hit that notify bell so you'll never miss another upcoming video. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying me a coffee or hit that super thanks button. And look out for my next videos as I start my absolutely fantastic tour around Japan. Until next time, you take care and bye now.